Almost exactly a year ago, I was sitting in my office in Minneapolis watching a video of John Mackenzie giving this speech at the Alumni Luncheon. He recalled the character and the qualities of the headmasters that came before him and asked that all of you give me, quote, the benefit of the doubt. A sentiment I have to say I now appreciate as I work through my first semester here. I also thank him for leaving the school in such a strong position as a result of his leadership. I do remember thinking, that will be quite a moment when I address a room full of people who love the school, all of whom know it much better than in many ways I will ever be able to. And while I am humbled by all that I need to learn about the school, I have to say that I have found getting to know Columbus Academy over the last 5 months one of the best endeavors I have taken on in my 25 years of working at schools. There are several qualities about Academy which seem to stand out to me, and I thought I would share them with you. I am interested in whether or not they seem particularly significant to you. First, there is a great reverence for decisions that have been made throughout the school's history. These actions and the tone with which they have been carried out serve as instructive beacons for the ways the school approaches difficult moments. The management of devastating floods of Allen Creek, the great forethought of purchasing land in Gehanna, and as one alum recently emphasized, the added wisdom of not selling off any of those 230 acres on the campus, but recognizing that it would be a great asset to the school in the future. And of course, there was the momentous decision to add girls, which I admit has a particular relevance to me standing here today. One set of these incredible decisions in school history has really resonated with me. For years at my family's dinner table, I have been reminded of stories of the hardest times of my grandfather, who was head of Nichols School in Buffalo, New York for 32 years. They were in the 40s when he found himself too often in the position of announcing the deaths of teachers and recent graduates who had chosen to make the decision of their lives and leave the school to fight in World War II. These were poignant moments for him, illustrating the urgency of a Nichols education in the lives of those boys who were so young. Reading the history of Columbus Academy in the months before I arrived in July, I came across the description of Frank Van Sickle, struggling to write the obituaries of fallen graduates that he remembered, quote, scampered down the halls from the time there were sprites and filling his heart with joy, unquote. There are few moments I can imagine being more difficult as a leader in a secondary school than announcing the loss of students you have prepared to have great lives, and talking to students about members of the community who have made such self-sacrificing decisions. Not surprisingly, the second quality that stands out to me is a sense that people become institutions here. In my efforts to get to know the school this summer, I began to ask, what makes Columbus Academy Columbus Academy? And while people made polite attempts to answer the concepts and philosophies, I also heard rich descriptions of faculty, janitors, students, faculty, janitors, coaches, and board members who impacted the lives of students through unyielding expectations, warmth, compassion, great wisdom, and stewardship. Alumni have written me all fall with tributes to teachers who have shaped their lives, and I feel particularly lucky to be here while John Exline, David Block, John Warnan, Nisa Pimer, Dorothy Dell, Debbie Piran, Bob Kirk, and Scott Neal have chosen to stay for 30 or 40 or more years. Finally, this school has remarkable confidence. It has long educated the leaders of its city, and its graduates and past parents have great sensitivity to curating its excellence for the future. In most ways, that has translated to coming back to school events like this, giving generously to the annual fund, and recognizing that the stewardship of those before you made this school an excellent place to attend. And our confidence in our future lies in the commitment we have to those who have not yet joined us. I have made an effort this fall as well to go beyond the brick walls of the Academy, to get to know the environs of Columbus and the social forces that make it up. I had a recent visit to the KIPP schools of Columbus that has left an impression on my thinking about what lies ahead. KIPP is a national charter school serving inner city youth who qualify for free lunch programs, and KIPP stands for Knowledge is Power. When I was there was a young 6th grade girl. She was prompted about what the school has meant to her in the 3 years of her attendance there, and she had also moved to 5 foster homes during that time. She was an adorable, spirited girl, and just like our students in middle school at Columbus Academy, she was just beginning to feel the impact her educational institution was having on her life. She looked down at her clasped hands in her lap, searching for the right language. I have learned, she said as she looked up, that my success in the future is less about my circumstances and more about my vision. Her comment makes me believe that the best ways to show reverence for Columbus Academy's decisions, to honor the institutional confidence, and to remember the spirit of the people who have come before, is to have a great sense of what it can be in the future. Thank you, and I look forward to honoring Mary Eve Corrigan and Ted Coons.